Hard day of work. What are you doing? Hello? I guess we're doing ghost stories today.
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Professor Philip Goodman. My job is to explain the unexplainable, untangle the truth from the fiction. You don't have to have your life ruled by superstitious fear.
Mr. Goodman, everything you have spent a lifetime trying to debunk the supernatural, it's all true. 3 cases I couldn't explain. You go and investigate if you dare. Things are not always as they seem.
Tell me about your incident.
You don't believe, do you? Hello?
I don't want people looking at me and thinking that I'm mad. Because I know what I saw.
No. Do you believe in evil, Professor?
I didn't. Until that night. Maria?
These are signs.
I know you're still there!
The spirit.
I understand how easy it is to get confused.
Don't let them thoughts get into your head, mate.
Everything is exactly as it seems.
You don't know everything.
Wait, I don't like it.
The brain sees what it wants to see.
Day 20 then. Ghost Stories is a 2017 British horror drama movie written and directed by Jeremy Dyson and Andy Newman respectively, based upon their 2010 stage play of the same name. Andy Newman reprises his role as Professor Philip Goodman in this movie. Philip Goodman then is a man obsessed with debunking psychics and paranormal experiences. One day, Philip receives an invitation from his childhood idol, a Mr. Charles Cameron, who has been missing for several decades up until this point, but now lives alone, isolated and sick in a caravan site. Philip goes to visit and discovers that he is not the same man he expected him to be, and instead is a twisted, broken, sick old man. Charles challenges Philip to solve 3 cases that he could not debunk when he was in his prime. Philip agrees to take on the 3 cases and begins his own investigation into the paranormal. The first case then sees him talking to a night watchman called Tony Matthews, portrayed by actor Paul Whitehouse. It is revealed during the investigation that Tony's daughter has locked-in syndrome, caused by an accident that happened to her when she was very young, and so they have an estranged relationship currently because he feels he cannot communicate with his daughter anymore. Tony, one night, while on a job at an abandoned asylum, is haunted by a young woman who torments him throughout the asylum during one night while working alongside a foreign worker, both seemingly more and more afraid as the night goes on, although we only follow the perspective from Tony's point of view. Our second story then is about Simon Rickines, who was portrayed by the young teenage actor Alex Lawful. Coming home late one night then, Simon seemingly runs over the devil on his way home with his parents' car. This causes him to become obsessed with the occult, and his relationship with his parents becomes more and more estranged, again leading to his own self-isolation. He has a very disconnected relationship with his parents and feels very alone, isolated, and a little bit obsessive, maybe has some kind of ADHD. Isolation is a key theme throughout all three stories, and this story relies on the theme of self-isolation and disconnect from the family unit, especially the breakdown between parents and child. Again, a theme that connects back to Philip Goodman in some way. Our final case then stars Martin Freeman as Mike Priddle, a successful city financier who is tormented by a poltergeist while waiting for his wife to give birth to their first child. After telling his story then, Mike commits suicide in front of Philip Goodman, causing him to go into shock and eventually abandon the investigation. This leads Philip to be convinced that everything was just an elaborate hoax and a prank against him, until the fabric of reality starts to close in around him, and he is taken back in time to a childhood trauma that he himself experienced, which then leads back to all the other themes in the story. The theme of being locked in, the theme of having mental illness, the theme of self-isolation, of guilt, loneliness. They all start creeping back in during the final half of the film, before the final twist is revealed. The acting in this film is pretty phenomenal throughout. All four major leads give very strong performances, especially Newman's performance as Philip Goodman, who is sort of self-obsessed at the beginning, but then slowly breaks down towards the latter half of the movie. And the other performances are pretty realistic as well, especially Alex's character, Simon. He does a great job of portraying ADHD, paranoia, and teenage anxiety. The acting then, I'm going to give a 5 out of 5. There are some strong performances throughout the film, from Andy Newman especially, as well as Martin Freeman and the supporting actors as well. Cinematography is pretty interesting throughout. Again, probably going to be a 4 out of 5. There's some nice use of practical effects and nice transitions throughout the film. Story though is going to be a 5 out of 5. I enjoy the mystery of this movie, I like how all the themes interconnect with each other, and it's just generally quite a good mystery drama to solve. And definitely worth your time. I won't spoil the twist ending, but it definitely ties together all three stories nicely, and explains clearly the themes throughout, with Philip Goodman's character and personality. Final thoughts, overall rating probably a 8 out of 10. It is a fantastic little British indie horror movie based upon the stage play, with good character development, interesting story, and nice performances throughout. Thank you for watching and have a good day.